I know it's been a while, but this is from December 2025 and January 2026. First up, Hard Off Ecotown Hachioji. Ecotown means it's a collection of off stores, like Hard Off, Hobby Off, and more. This particular location is a sprawling complex. There's even a liquor off. Let's save that for later. That's the parking garage, and here's the entrance. You definitely need a map or a guide. We're mostly interested in the hard off on the first and second floors. That book off is actually in an annex about 500 meters away. Audio cases front and center. And here's a Sony MZ R55 right away. These are nice SP-only players, but I think that's a bit more than it's worth. And right next to it is a Sony MZ E55, another SP-only player. And a Kenwood DMC M33, working with a 3-month warranty. Since there's so much space here, they can sell stuff like this. Not bad for immersive games. But where would you fit this? Boom boxes and combos here. Let's see. Hey, here's one of those Sharp SD KF20 boom boxes with the nice switches. 3-month warranty for about $38. Not bad. This would be a great pickup if I didn't have too many systems already. Here's a familiar shape, an Onkyo FR-T2 with CD and MD, very similar to the Sharp models from this era. CD and MD eject vertically from under these covers. There's a similar one with a front-loading MD slot. How about this audio case? Now that's an expensive turntable. How about some more non-junk decks? This Victor D400 Mark II has a 3 CD changer and MD. Just under $200, but it's nice for dubbing. Here's a nice Denon DMD 800. Nice looking, older, SP only deck. That Denon was nice, but I'd prefer this Marantz CM6200F that has CD and MDLP support. A few more classy looking ones down here, a Kenwood DM5090 and a newer TIAC MD5 Mark II. Both are in great shape with a 3-month warranty. Nice knobs and controls that remind me of the Sony MDS JE700. And here's another TIAC, the same model that I suppose is in better condition, though both are quite nice considering they're both from 2001. Right underneath we have a Sony MDS JE520, which is also a nice older deck. Quite a lot of non-junk combos here. Maybe other stores ship them here when they run out of space. Here's an older Onkyo MD185 for just about 30 bucks. I like these compact units. Quite a lineup of large speakers and speaker cabinets. Definitely not this kind of space in most normal hard-off locations. Speakers this size are definitely a luxury here in Japan, where space and neighbors may dictate what you can actually use. And here's the junk section. Right off the bat, we see some MD units. This is probably a Victor XM PX3 that had a translucent body. No power on this one. And here's a Sharp MD MT831. They said it played MDs, but with no sound, so they might have tried an MDLP disc with it. Just those two in the case. Let's see what else. Here's an Onkyo FR7GX. MD works, but not the CD. Comes with the remote for just about 24 bucks. Not bad. Above it, we have a Victor boombox, but unfortunately it won't play CD nor MD. In hindsight, I missed that green Bose deck. Here's another Onkyo, this time the FR9X that can play CD but not MDs. Let's see, what else? Here's an older Sony MDS S37, a compact SP-only deck. Unfortunately, it can't read MDs. This older SP-only Onkyo doesn't recognize discs. Here's an uncommon one, a Yamaha MDX E300. They said it displayed a protection error during their attempts to play MD. Nice looking. Here's another Bose, this time the MDA10. It won't play MDs, nor will it eject them. So a Belgian cleaning, maybe? No luck with MDs on this Onkyo, but the Denon below it actually played MDs, but not CDs. Not bad if you just need MD playback. This older Pioneer has no price tag. And here's another Onkyo, the FRN9SX. MD works, but the CD skips. Maybe some lens cleaning would fix it. Not bad for about 30 bucks. No detail about the MD on this nice compact Sharp MD GX1. Nice switches like that other Sharp boombox. Cassette door won't stay closed. I like these Kenwoods, but no luck with MD on this one. Here's an Iowa. CD works, but not the MD nor cassette. Here's a nice Sony NAS model that has a hard drive for storage. CD and MD work, not bad for 24 bucks. Here's a newer Victor since it has a DVD. These dual decks are fragile, and of course no working MD on this one. They didn't thoroughly test this Sharp MD GX1. I need to get one of these. Nice looking Panasonic. No working MD though. Nice looking older Onkyo, but they didn't test much outside of the problematic CD tray. Here's one of the later model Iowa units. The CD doesn't open or close, and the MD is stuck. These have a nice hidden control panel. This one's a bit dirty. Here's an old Sharp. No luck with MD though. Here's another Kenwood, but no luck with CD nor MD. And another Kenwood. MD works for about $8. Nothing works on this Sony. No luck on this Kenwood. Here's some stuff you don't see at your neighborhood hard off. Denon old reel-to-reel for editing or something? Denon DN3302R, and its little brother apparently. Second floor is the hard off instrument studio. It's full of instruments of all shapes and sizes, keyboards, drums, cymbals, guitars, and more. Drum sets, violins. Let's see, more speakers, giant JBLs. More JBL and Yamaha. Some truly massive stuff here. Here's a look at the Ecotown campus map. They've even got some old Crane games and arcade game cabinets. Here's an older Taiko no Tatsujin. One Piece, Detective Conan. Well, I wish I found more MD portables or discs, but you never know what you'll find. Ecotown was fun, but let's move on to Tachikawa. Just northeast of Hachioji was hard off Tachikawa. I really like this town's layout. The train that cuts through the city center really makes it look futuristic. The raised walkways were nice to avoid traffic, and of course the train and monorail were convenient. Okay, enough of that. After some walking, I could see hard off Tachikawa, next to some farmland. Let's get inside. Hard off is upstairs, and apparently the toilet is over there. And here we go. We walk right into a shelf full of compos and boomboxes. Here's a nice Onkyo FR V77 with 3-month warranty. Looks like it's in great condition too. We have another Onkyo up here, the FR UN7. It's newer with DVD. It also has a 3-month warranty for about $110 with the original speakers. And yes, a third Onkyo, this time the FR X9A without speakers for just about $44. Great shape and a great deal with warranty. Okay, audio case time. There's something MD shaped. Yep, it's a Sony MZ-B3 recorder with a AA sidecar. It's in great shape with a warranty, but that's a steep asking price in my opinion. A lot of media just laying out here. What are the odds of some MDs? Cassettes, DVDs, CDs. MO discs, and yes, a Denon MD. Sealed Denon, not bad, but I don't need it for 500 yen. I know that's not much, but I don't keep too many sealed ones anyway. I actually use my AMDs. Okay, moving on. There's a lot of non-junk stuff here. These Kenwood RK700s are really nice all-in-one compact decks. Not only is it in good shape, I really like the design. Not bad for about $85. Let's see what else we've got here. Sony MXD D40. These were perfect for dubbing. It's in great condition, but that's a high price. I think I'd rather find one that needs a belt replacement for less. Right next to us, we have a Marantz CD and MD deck, also nice and pricey. But first, this compact Onkyo MD 105. I think this is an older SP-only deck, but it's nice. Okay, back to the Marantz CM 6200. I love how this looks, and it's in great shape. It supports MDLP. Anything else hiding here? Here's one, Sony MDS S50. I had a similar S30, the older one. These are nice units. They really updated the design on these compared to the older S30, and of course it supports MDLP. Okay, moving on. Oh, not MD related, but that's a premium Sony cassette deck, the KA3ES. Well, that's it for MDs on this aisle. How about this audio case? Close, but these are cassette Walkmans. Here's one. It says no power even when battery is inserted. Here's another, a Victor XM PX70, untested for about 15 bucks. Here's a classic, the Sony MZ R900. They said it plays, but the remote buttons do nothing. Not bad for 50 bucks. Here's a fun one, the Sony MZE75. These had dual headphone jacks for you and a friend. Disc reading was on and off. Here's a Sony MZE520 in blue, unconfirmed for about 15 bucks. Oops, I missed that older Panasonic on the back right. Let's check out some junk combos. This older Kenwood RD-SG5MD has a 3 CD changer that seems to work, but the MD seems to eject. Here's another Kenwood, no info at all. Onkyo FR-N7X. CD works, but not the MD. Comes with a remote for about 22 bucks. These models support high MD, so this could be worth picking up to see if a lens cleaning or similar could help get it working. Regarding junk decks, here's a Sony MDS JE700. I had one of these and they're nice SP-only decks. This one wasn't tested, just under 40 bucks. Okay, so it's not MD, but how fun is this Sakae AV controller? Not bad for 6 bucks. It looks like the 80s Sakae engineers' take on what a futuristic AV controller would look like. Looks like it was part of a cassette and turntable stack. If only I had more space. Here's another one of those great looking Kenwoods, the RD UDA77. Unfortunately, neither the CD nor MD work. Here's an old Victor for about 4 bucks, but it won't take MDs. Wonder if one is stuck in there already. Down here we have a later model Iowa. CD works, but not the MD. These had that fun flip-down control panel. Nice, right? Controls and the jog dial that would have made titling MDs a little bit less annoying. This was after Sony acquired Iowa, so you can see the Type S logo and the newer Iowa logo. Next stop is way out west, to the end of the Chuo Rinkan line. I've been here before, but I was in the area, so... This hard off is in a big shopping plaza that wouldn't look out of place in America. It has a large open parking lot, not just a parking garage. The junk section was front and center, but let's check out these cases first. Nothing interesting here. Looks like more audio over there. A blue Kenwood S33. These are nice, and this works with remote for about 36 bucks. These Kenwood remotes from the STV series are some of my favorite remotes since they're well laid out and easy to use, even in the dark. If I didn't have enough Kenwood portables, I think this would be a decent pickup. Let's check out this other case. Ah yes, a Sony MZR50, the successor to the rectangular MZR30. They said playback worked, but none of the controls on the body nor the remote work. Here are two more, a Sharp MD ST501 and a Victor XM PX70. Neither is confirmed to work. These might be worth taking out of the case to test, but I'm not in the market for either of those right now. Lots of CD players. Here's another Sony MZR50. Unfortunately, it won't play MDs, so the other one was a better choice. Here's a pink Sony MZEH50. These plastic high MD players were probably the cheapest way to get a Play Anything portable. Looks like battery corrosion that might need to be cleaned. Easy to work on for just about 22 bucks. Here's a Sharp MD MT821. Turns on but won't play. Let's see what else we can find. No luck in this media bin. Some non-junk boom boxes and compos. Oops, that's not an MD unit. Amps, receivers. Ah, here's an oldie but goodie, a Sony MDS-JA3ES. It's older, so it's SP only. Looks like it's in great shape for just about 150 bucks. We've got 4 more decks right next to that Sony ES. Here's a Kenwood and Denon. The black Kenwood DMF3020 is an older SP-only deck with CD. It also came in a champagne color. This one underneath is a Denon DMD800. Another SP-only and MD-only deck. Looks like it's in great shape with 3-month warranty for about 80 bucks. Let's look at these other ones, a Kenwood and a Pioneer. The Kenwood DM7090 is a nice looking older SP-only deck. Nice design, and I like this color better than its black version so you can see the contrast of the display area. Beneath it, we have a Pioneer MJD7. Again, this is an SP-only deck, and apparently it used Panasonic's implementation of 8-track called Azrak that supposedly captured more detail. Here's an uncommon one, a Sansui component system with MD, cassette, and CD. Too bad the MD doesn't work. You can spot these Kenwood boomboxes from a mile away. This is an MDX02. CD works, but not the MD. Lastly, I dug in a box of USB cables to try and find the proprietary USB cable for my Sharp MD MT880. Well, that's it for now. I'll keep you posted on the cable. I might just have to make my own. As always, thanks for watching.